Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010 on Xbox Live, and welcome to the Royal Rumble predictions. And we are starting things off big here as we have the United States Championship match, as Rusev defends his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, before I carry on with my predictions, for users that have only just started watching this is how I do my predictions. I choose who I think is going to win, and in this scenario, who I think is going to win would be Shinsuke Nakamura. And who I want to win, and who I think is basically who WWE have booked to win. Just a little bonus there. And so yes, I think Shinsuke Nakamura. And who I want to win is my own personal pick. And who do I want to win? I want Rusev to win, as I think it's gonna be a very happy Rusev Day at the end of the WWE Royal Rumble. Now, will he also be the Royal Rumble winner? Possibly, because then I just make another bold prediction here, folks. I reckon that both of these men will enter the Royal Rumble match regardless of who wins that match. Just to, continue the feud over for the men's Royal Rumble match to happen. So, yes, my predictions here. I think it will be Shinsuke Nakamura, but I want it to be Rusev. So, we're going to move on to the next match, and I'm gonna do things differently a little bit this time. I know I should have done this a long time ago, but yeah, next match. Okay, now we're back. I just forgot to mention that this will be happening. The last match, the United States Championship match, and this match will be happening on the kickoff show. I just read it on WWE.com, but so now we have the fatal 4-way match for the Cruiserweight Championship, as the challengers Hideo Itami, Akira Tozawa, and of course Kalisto will take on the champion in a fatal 4-way match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, who do I think is going to win? Buddy Murphy. Who do I want to win? I want Kalisto to win this. It'll be really interesting to see Kalisto appear on Raw and 205 Live as the Cruiserweight Champion. I very much doubt it, but hey, I like Kalisto. I don't necessarily like the Lucha House Party as a sorry about this, but as a singles competitor, he can live up to great heights, no pun intended. As for the other two, where the hell have they been? I mean, I haven't actually seen them in forever. Probably they had matches on 205 Live to get to this part, but again, I don't watch 205 Live, so, oh well. So we got this right here. We got Buddy Murphy. Let's see if we can, with the stacks going against him, I think he can easily win, but I would like to see Kalisto win this Cruiserweight Championship and win it off of him. And again, this will be very interesting to see all four of these men enter the men's Royal Rumble. Just because anything can happen in WWE. So, hey, maybe the newly crowned Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy, that won it at the Super Showdown, could go on to Royal Rumble and into the Royal Rumble match. Who knows? But with that being said, that was my two picks right there. It's a bonus right here. This is just going to be under who I think is going to get pinned. I think it will be any of the other two to get pinned by Buddy Murphy. But if I was to go with the Kalisto scenario, I reckon Kalisto will easily pin the champion here. So that's just a little bonus prediction. So with that being said, now I'm gonna go on to the next match. And the next match is a SmackDown match. It is for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. All I have to say is this is going to be an interesting one for sure. But it's coming close to WrestleMania season. Now last time, the Bar, when it came to WrestleMania, were representing Raw as the Raw Tag Team Champions. And last time they went into WrestleMania as the Raw Tag Team Champions, they lost their tag team titles to Braun Strowman and a 10-year-old kid that belongs to a referee. Please, if the Bar were to go into WrestleMania, which I think could possibly happen, by the way, that's my personal pick to win this match, as much as I want to see the world's greatest tag team 3.0, or the besties, the co-besties, the Shane McMahon and the Miz to win this. If Cesaro and Sheamus were to go into the WrestleMania as tag team champions, please, for the love of God, let them face somebody that's worthy of being a tag team champion. Not some bullshit to happen again. So that's why I kind of feel sorry for them. If they're going to make them go into WrestleMania, please have them face somebody that's worthy of being champions. Not to say that God damn it, it's cold. Not to say that Shane McMahon and the Miz are not worthy. I just don't think it's gonna go the way that we are all going to expect. I think the Miz may betray Shane McMahon and claim that he should be the best in the world. Or they'll have a rivalry and go on to WrestleMania and have their rivalry match there, which I think is the clever booking in my opinion. But yeah, I think it will be Cesaro and Sheamus, but I want Shane McMahon and the Miz to win. And again, here are 4 more people that are most likely to enter the Royal Rumble match, as well as being this match. But please don't do what you did last year. Last year we had the men's Royal Rumble match. Then straight after that, the tag team titles were on the line. But again, funny enough, it was Sheamus and Cesaro that were in that match. And I do believe they were tag team champions then. So please don't do that. If you're going to do a tag team match, have it before the Royal Rumble. So therefore they can have a little bit more time to prepare for the Royal Rumble match. So like anything, the winners and losers, apart from the main champions of course, will go on to the Royal Rumble match itself, most likely. So with that being said, we'll go on to the next match. And now it's time for the next match, as we've gone from the one SmackDown match to another, and it's the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Sorry. As the man, Becky Lynch, takes on Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and it's too little too late for Asuka. She shouldn't be the champion. Not saying that she shouldn't be the champion full stop. She should have been a champion, I don't know, at WrestleMania. She should have beaten her then. But she should have had this long reign as champion all the way up to now. And been the unstoppable force that she was onto NXT. But no, what did we get? Her streak breaking at WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is a good place for a streak to end. Bullshit! We already destroyed one streak at WrestleMania. There was no need to destroy another one. We already had that fact, and it doesn't work twice in one go. Even though it's been several years since the Undertaker's streak was defeated. But it's despite the point. Asuka is now the champion, and the challenger is Becky Lynch. It's almost like a rematch clause. And again, with Vince McMahon and company saying that there wasn't going to be any more rematch clause, and you had to earn it. And technically speaking, Becky Lynch did earn it. We are here at the Royal Rumble, and who do I think is going to win? Asuka. Who do I want to win? Becky Lynch. due to the fact that they ruined a very good opportunity for Becky Lynch to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you want to put it like that, and dominate the entire women's division, making people tap out left, right, and center. At this point, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin will be happy if she started doing the stunner and flipping off the bird to Stephanie McMahon. Very good, interesting WrestleMania match right there. So yes, that's my predictions for this match. I went on for a little bit of a rant, I must admit, about the whole Asuka being champion type of situation. Too little, too late, in my opinion. But hey, what can you do? We are where we are, and now, again, the first ever women's Royal Rumble winner, Asuka, is the champion, and should have been rightly the champion after the first ever women's Royal Rumble, because it was just thrown away. But I think that the loser of this match could sorry, damn, British from weather making me have a cold. I'm trying to make a predictions video. Could quite easily go into the women's Royal Rumble match. Very easily. And so with that being said, we can go on to the next match. And now it's time for Raw's first match of the evening, as we got the Raw Women's Championship match, as Ronda Rousey takes on Sasha Banks. And Ronda Rousey defends her title here against Sasha Banks. Well, this is going to be a very interesting one, to say the least. Can Sasha Banks be the one to defeat Ronda Rousey? Probably not. After all, she's been going on this rampage like ever since she debuted at WrestleMania, taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon with a tag team match with Kurt Angle by her side, and ever since winning the Raw Women's Championship by beating Alexa Bliss. I reckon she will go on to WrestleMania to defend her Raw Women's Championship against the Royal Rumble winner. Because last year we had a SmackDown superstar. Wait. Yes, we had a SmackDown superstar, because Asuka was part of SmackDown only just before Royal Rumble last year. So yes, Asuka went on to face Charlotte Flair only just after that. So it might be time for a Raw superstar to win the women's Royal Rumble this year to face Ronda Rousey. Who that will be? Well, possibly Charlotte, Nikki, Bella, I don't know, somebody will. But anyway, Sasha Banks, I'm afraid, is not going to win here. Because that's who I think. So basically I'm saying, who do I think is going to win? Ronda Rousey. But who do I want to win? Sasha Banks. I really hope she becomes, I think, a 4-time women's champion. That would be a really good thing to see, but it's not going to happen. Ronda Rousey will slip on that armbar and make her tap like a little bitch at Royal Rumble. So, yeah, there you go. That's my little broad prediction for this matchup. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks, Royal Rumble. Ronda Rousey will make her tap. As much as I want Sasha Banks to win this match. But hey ho, we'll see at the Rumble, won't we? And with that being said, we'll go on to the next match. And we're back. Now, I had to get because the actual picture is really just showing off, 4 women. That being Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and someone else. I thought I would make it look like this. just because I had no idea who's in the. Well, I know a few. Like, we know a good few. We know Bailey, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. We know a good few in there. But there's so many. There was 30 women to choose from. Now, the way I'm going to do the rules for the Royal Rumble matches, both the women's and the men's, is I'm going to give you who I think is going to win, who I want to win, who I think will be numbers 1 and 2, and obviously you will already know number 30 is going to be Carmella in the women's Royal Rumble match, so that's settled. So with that being said, let's start things off with who I think is gonna win the Royal Rumble match for the women's side of things. Who do I think? I think it'll be Charlotte. I think Charlotte Flair will win this one. Just due to the fact that she seems pretty determined to win this. I just got this feeling that what number she was going to enter, probably halfway through. Unless she's going to be the Iron Lady of this women's Royal Rumble match by being number 1, 2, or 3 spot. But yeah, I reckon she'll be coming in halfway through. Of course, you can have your legends return, like we saw, like Alundra Blaze, like probably all the ones that we saw at the Evolution in that Battle Royal, like Alundra Blaze, Trish Stratus, Lita, you name them, Jackie, might make an appearance, I don't know. Ronnie Holly, we had Vicky Guerrero last year, we could have Kelly appear, just to make up the numbers, but we've got, but here is my pick to who I want to see win. I know it's a very obscure one, but it will make the most sense. But considering that Ronda Rousey beat this person to become women's champion to begin with at and it would be nice for this woman to get her championship back off of her, I want Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I want Alexa. She claimed that she was going to be in this Royal Rumble match, and yes, we got Lacey Evans that's going to be in there, and you got Nikki Cross and of course perhaps Ember Moon will be in there, and Nia Jax, and all those good ones. And of course the loser of the Raw Women's Championship match and the SmackDown Women's Championship match, maybe after a year of being in the company, maybe Ronda Rousey will lose the title and end up being in the Women's Royal Rumble match. But with all those competitors being pronounced, I want Alexa Bliss to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. It's a very good choice. It's a safe bet. I mean, yeah, you got Nia Jax, but when was the last time we saw a big person like Nia Jax? And not just like structure-wise, but built-wise. Because come on, let's face it, she's a big girl. I think the last time we saw a big person, man or woman, to win a Royal Rumble, I hate to say it, was probably Yokozuna. So come on, well, she's got, but majority of the time they get double teamed, and the big person like them always get double teamed and thrown over the top rope. So we'll think she's gonna win. Although to be fair, she did win Battle Royal Evolution, so she has got an advantage. But I reckon after being out for so long and not being able to wrestle, I think for some reason, I think I want Alexa Bliss. So yeah, there you go. I think it'll be Charlotte Flair, but I want Alexa Bliss to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, we'll see. We'll find out. But on to the next match. And of course, we've got the Men's Royal Rumble match. And I'm showing you this logo because in the picture there's only Elias, Baron Corbin, John Cena, and someone else. But now, obviously, we've got some more matches to review, and I think there's an Intercontinental Championship match. I don't actually know, and I'm not too sure if there's a Raw tag team title match, which again I'm not too sure if there is or not. But I do know that Finn Balor will be taking on Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And if Finn Balor was smart, because we know that majority, I think we know that most likely Brock Lesnar is going to beat Finn Balor, but I'll get to that in just a bit. So therefore, he'll probably end up losing. So the loser of that match, or hoping, happens probably. Now, if they're smart, they'll have the Universal Championship match before the Men's Royal Rumble match. Therefore, they can make it a quick, easy win for Brock Lesnar, and Finn Balor enters the Royal Rumble match. So, my predictions, who I want to see win, is if Finn Balor loses, I want him to win the Royal Rumble match, the Men's Royal Rumble match. It will be a perfect fit, because then he doesn't have to necessarily learning from his mistakes, knowing that he couldn't beat Brock Lesnar, but he could easily beat either AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan. Again, if that match happens before the Men's Royal Rumble match, you can have either AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble match, just to play it smart, like they have done in the past. But that's probably not going to happen. So therefore, I reckon that Finn Balor should try his luck on SmackDown and try and go for the Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, which, if anything, the perfect WrestleMania match with AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Very, two former members of the club, or the Bullet Club, if you will, going at it at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, because Balor won the Royal Rumble. Fucking great storytelling. Probably isn't going to happen, and we might see a new WWE Universal Champion, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So yes, my pick to who I want to see to win the Royal Rumble match is Finn Balor. And I say Finn Balor because chances are he ain't going to win against Brock Lesnar. And he'll be fed to Brock Lesnar before the Men's Royal Rumble match happens. But who do I think is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble match and probably has a better chance? Drew McIntyre. That's who I think is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. Drew McIntyre. It's a better choice than Finn Balor, but hey, that's just who I want to see in the match is Finn Balor, but I think it'll be Drew. Oh, I forgot to do the whole entries 1 and 2, didn't I? So, here we are. I'm going to have the entries number 1 and 2 for the Men's Royal Rumble match and the Women's match. Because we know that our truth is number 30 in the Men's Royal Rumble. But going back on the Women's Royal Rumble match, I forgot to do this. I'll do it now. For the Women's Royal Rumble, and it's just a personal, I can't really do both think and want at the same time, so it's just gonna say out loud. Number 1 who do I think it will for the Women's Royal Rumble? I think it'll be a safe bet to do either Charlotte, Flair, or Naomi. Number 2 to be for the Women's Royal Rumble match to probably be either Mandy Rose or the loser of the SmackDown Women's Championship match, which is either Asuka or Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch most likely. which would be a very good way to start the Women's Royal Rumble. For the men's, I would like to see a tag team to start things off. So I would like to see number one being, like, I'm going to say the New Day at this point, and I'd like to see them be the first three. In fact, one being Xavier Woods, number two Big E, and Kofi Kingston's number three. That would be a really good choice. Who to be eliminated first? For the men's Royal Rumble side of things, I'm gonna say someone like Kurt Hawkins, where he goes in there and, you know, all these competitors that haven't been eliminated and get down to, like, he comes in at number 10, for example. He has this chance, everyone's down, he goes to pick up, you know, let's say from the Kofi Kingston, but then Kofi Kingston with he goes to chuck him out and he reverses it and chucks Kurt Hawkins out. I mean, it'd be funny to see him win the entire thing, but no, that won't happen. I mean, it would be interesting to see him being the last one to be thrown out. But for the women's, I think the first one to be eliminated, I think would probably be, we're gonna go with Nia Jax. That's my pick. So yeah, there are my predictions for both Royal Rumble 1 and 2 and eliminations, and my men's the pick for my men who I think is going to win the men's Royal Rumble match. And now the second from last main event, well, on the match card at least, whether it will take place before the Royal Rumble match itself, which I hope it does, so that the loser of this match goes into the Rumble match itself. It would make a lot of sense, to be fair. Is Daniel Bryan, or should I say the new Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, will defend his title against AJ Styles. Now, this rivalry has been, the build up for this rivalry over the last couple of weeks, excuse me, has been absolutely pointless. Pointless and stupid. I'm sorry, but it has. So, I couldn't care who wins this match as long as the loser ends up being in the Rumble match itself. So, who do I think is going to win? No, after having a WWE Championship for so long, I think it'll be Daniel Bryan will end up going to WrestleMania somehow, some way, as WWE Champion. As much as I want AJ Styles to regain his WWE Championship and headline WrestleMania again, after what happened last year where he beat the Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't want a repeat of that. I want a new champion crowned at WrestleMania, damn it. And I hope the Royal Rumble winners do win their WrestleMania matches, whoever that may be. So let's say this rivalry is gonna end at Royal Rumble. I don't want to see it happen again at WrestleMania. If AJ Styles wants to lose this match and go on to Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble, it would make no sense. It would just be boring. So this would be another one of those matches where I hope that the match is good, but it probably ends with a screwy finish. As much as I want to see AJ Styles beat Daniel Bryan, I think it'll be Daniel Bryan that picks up the victory here. So this one's an interesting one to say the least, but something that rhymes with least is, of course, beast. So that reminds me of what the next match is, and it could possibly be the main event. Not too sure if it will be or not, but we'll see. So with that being said, Daniel Bryan to win here, and I want AJ Styles to win, of course. But with that being said, next match, and may not be the main event. We don't know. I hope it isn't, so that the loser of this match goes on to be in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, yes, Finn Balor is smiling in this picture, but he won't be after he goes through hell in this matchup against Brock Lesnar. Yes, David and Goliath. David technically won in this another David Goliath scenario, but unfortunately, I think we may end up seeing this may be the last time we see Finn Balor looking like that on your TV, on my screen, and of course yours, where he's smiling. He will be very much with his eyes closed after being hit with suplex number 10 and an F5. So, with the boldest predictions, which at this point isn't necessarily predictions, and as Paul Heyman would say, it's a spoiler. I think it will be Brock Lesnar, but my heart and my hope goes to Finn Balor, as I want Finn Balor to win this matchup. I very much doubt it, and I very much think that he might enter himself in the Royal Rumble match if this match takes place before the men's Royal Rumble. And of course, if it doesn't, then we won't see either AJ Styles or Finn Balor, or if just with a slight hopeness that Brock will make it fair that Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, if they lose their titles to the challengers, to enter that Royal Rumble, men's Royal Rumble match. So then you have it. I've now predicted the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble matches and the entries and the eliminations and God knows what else here. So yes, as I just pointed out, I think Brock Lesnar once again. I think Brock Lesnar, and I want Finn Balor. This will be a very interesting match to say the least. Whether it will be before the Royal Rumble match or after it, either way, sorry Finn, but you're going to Suplex City, bitch. And with that being said, I am Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x10 on Xbox Live. And until next time, I'll see you at the WWE Royal Rumble reactions and review. And until then, bye bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.